Hey guys, welcome to Sunday Night Live, episode 40. Sorry about that little blip there. I forgot to turn the camera off before I went with my intro, so you guys saw me for a brief second when you weren't supposed to. But welcome everyone to tonight's episode titled Goodbye Halloween, Hello November. And this is going to be a full episode tonight with all three of our segments, including mail call, question of the week, and our going back in time video. So if you guys have been waiting for a full episode, tonight is the night. Hope you guys enjoy it. If you're here for the first time, I encourage you to sit back, relax, take in the show, see what you think about it. Feel free to chime in on the chat. If you're back yet again for another episode, glad to have you back. Hope you enjoyed tonight's question of the week, mail call, and going back in time video. As always, once we get through those segments, the rest of the time of the show will be for you guys to chat about whatever we come up with. But glad to have everyone here today. We are already approaching 150 people, so as usual, another great turnout. Glad to have you here, and we'll see how good I do without fumbling, stumbling, stuttering, messing up my words, having my brain farts, and so on and so forth. They usually do happen at the most random times, so I'm going to try my best to kind of stay on point, do my best to come off semi-professional, and the rest will be as it goes. So got the mod squad here. Welcome, mods. Thanks for being here. And those of you who are wondering, the mods are here to kind of assist. They are my eyes and ears when I'm not able to focus on the chat. So any questions, issues, things that need to be shared, they will handle it for me when I'm not able to. So glad to have them on board for tonight's episode. Squirrel moments. Yes, they will always be plentiful in my life, squirrel moments. And before we do get started, I do want to share one item just because I was allowed to share it early. This was sent to me by none other than Lisa Anderson. And she said, JP, if you want, open it early. You don't have to save it for Sunday Night Live. And I did open it early, and I'm going to share it with you guys just to show you what it is. She actually got me a whole case of Hershey's bars with almonds. Like, it is a big, thick case. There is 36 bars in here. So 36 bars, a full case. Let's see. Today is Sunday. I think this will probably last me until about Thursday or Friday, if I'm lucky. Now, this is a good, plentiful amount. And my favorite candy bar, this is going to last me for, I'd say, a few weeks. But very generous of her to send this. It did come separately from my other mail stuff that comes to my P.O. box. So she messaged me, said, there's something waiting for you. I opened it. Here it is. So thanks in advance to Lisa. 36 of them. I think if we break it up into enough small pieces, I could probably share with everyone. Just make sure you don't have any peanut allergies. But we do have a few envelopes and a few packages. It's not a huge mail call, but nonetheless, we are going to get through them in just a moment. We'll see what we have for tonight. Kate said she'd have it gone in 2 days. I may give you some stiff competition because I do enjoy my Hershey's almond bars. Gave some of those out yesterday. It did take, well, we'll talk a little bit more about Halloween later, but I did take Lily to a couple of places yesterday, and she managed to get a couple of full-size bars, which was nice. People were being pretty generous. And I will share a little bit of an update about, if you guys tuned in Wednesday for my drive stream of the Halloween houses, the one we went to on Ridge Ave where all the lights were off, it was all covered with bags. It was indeed on and operating last night. I did film some footage of it. I'm not going to have it out as a dedicated video, but I will share it either on Facebook and or during a live stream in the future. I'll be able to show you what it looks like. They have a bunch of animatronics, and it was pretty good to see what they have set up. I did miss a super chat from the beginning. Alexandria, I believe, donated $20, and that was right when I was airing my intro. So, yes, Alexandria825 with a $20 super chat. Way to start off the stream. Thank you so much. Let me just go through quickly, make sure I didn't miss anything important here. Yes, just to mention too, I know the election is coming up, but one thing we don't discuss here is politics. It's not my business or anyone else's who we vote for, who we're supporting. At the end of the day, once the election is done, it'll just be another day. Life will still go on. So we're going to keep it out of tonight's stream. We're going to keep it fun and upbeat and continue on. So how's my foot? It's still there. That's a good thing, right? I don't know if there's any snow forecasted here. Not that I have heard anyways. It's actually supposed to be a warm-up, I think, this week in the 60s. So I actually may be able to get out on two wheels one more time, which would be a nice little treat. But let's save the jibber-jabber for later, because I will get carried away if you guys don't stop me. And we'll get started with mail call.
You've got mail.
Woohoo, there's mail in the mailbox. So just like I usually do, we're going to go smallest to biggest, so we're going to start off with the envelopes first. Okay, this one is from Michael, all the way out western Pennsylvania, Erie. Came through the Pittsburgh post office. And welcome everyone tuning in. I'm sorry if I'm not able to call you out individually, but glad to have you here, and there's a lot of people here tonight, so welcome. Dallas, that's not too far away. Okay, yeah, this one is just basically, I'll read it out to you guys. It's just a general kind of question about actually Knobles. So it says, Dear JPVideos, how are you doing? And how long is the Hollow Fun at Knobles? And when is the Hollow Fun at Knobles last day? I like your YouTube videos. And when you make new or any of your YouTube videos, can you say my name? Okay, so Knobles, the best way to get answers about amusement parks, I could tell you, is to go to their website. Just do a brief Google search for Knobles. But for Hollow Fun, they operate the weekends of October, usually Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I believe last night was the final night, Halloween night. So they are closed for the season, but Hollow Fun always operates the weekends in October, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And as for saying your name, I already did, but I'll say it one more time. Mike from Erie, Pennsylvania. Thank you for the letter. Hope I answered your question. And thanks for enjoying the videos. Yes, AOL sound effect. We're keeping it old school. Next one, coming out of Florida, Dana and Barb. I'm actually surprised. This is the first time I've not received a blue envelope. Is this really from Dana and Barb? Because they never send green. I think it's for the Halloween season. It is green, and they have a little pumpkin sticker on it. And Jinx is jumping into a box. Yeah, it threw me off. For a second, I thought it was someone else. So this one is a spooky Halloween cat. It says, no animals were harmed during the making of this Halloween card. Actually, a black cat with a little... I guess it's a hat, right? Surprised me, too. So inside, very generous donation. Thank you for that. The photographer, however, is in serious but stable condition. That's actually pretty funny. So the cat survived, but the photographer did not fare so well. Thank you for making Halloween time so much fun, from Barb and Dana. My pleasure, Barb and Dana. It's been a heck of a 31 days, I'll tell you that. We'll discuss a little bit of that later on as to how I think everything went and what plans will be for the future. But thank you for the donation, the funny card, and for enjoying the Vlogoween series. Okay, this one is from Leslie, all the way from British Columbia. Wow. So north of the border. I actually had a sign for this one, so not sure what is in this one. Oh yeah, Johnny Carson. Like, he used to wear that. It was like the turban hat, the mind reader. I actually remember that. That's funny you mentioned that. There's me, my co-host. What was his name from? Was it Ed McMahon from Publishers Clearinghouse? Was his co-host? Okay, so inside we got a photo lab envelope. I'm guessing there's some photos. Make sure I don't miss anything. Okay, so we have a photo and a card. Okay, let's see what the card says. Okay, this is... Let me give this a brief rundown, make sure I'm not saying anything I shouldn't be saying here. Okay, so I believe this person has sent me something before. It's railroad related. Let's see. Englewood Logging Railroad Speeders at Beaver Cove. I've never heard of Englewood Logging. I'll show you the picture in just a moment. It says, these have been around since the 1930s. No need to frame this, but keep a file. There's more pictures to come soon. Update. Since that bad accident in 2017, the railroad has been closed. All the tracks have now been removed, which is unfortunate. And all that's left is pictures, hoping to see a rail trail. Don't have a smartphone or computer, so I can't communicate on live stream. I do watch all your videos on my smart TV. I know how it feels to lose a father. I've been there myself. Who is that from? So, okay, so Leslie may or may not be watching. If not, she'll watch the replay. So Leslie from British Columbia, sorry about that. Number one, thank you for the information regarding the history of the logging railroad. It's always unfortunate when a railroad company does go out of business or not reopen, and once the tracks get removed, it's pretty much the nail in the coffin. But the picture here is of a very unique looking locomotive here and like a little speeder trailer. So this is going to be a picture worth saving since the company is no longer in business. Tracks are gone. But that is a pretty cool piece of equipment. Englewood Railroad. So definitely learned something new. Learned about a company I never knew existed. And it was a logging railroad. And Leslie, same to you. Sorry for the loss of your father. And sorry that you can't communicate live. But I do appreciate you watching and taking the time to send this to me. So thank you very much, Leslie. Yeah, I do have another one. I have another picture somewhere. It might be in my little stack of stuff that I couldn't find room for on the wall. But there's another railroading picture of another company that she or someone else may have sent. But I definitely do hang on to all this stuff. I don't always frame it on the wall. My latest edition, though, I was able to squeeze it in, is right there. That red license plate, which you can't really see, but it says fragile. It's the leg lamp right here. I gotta turn the heat off. It's a little warm down here. Okay, now we're gonna dive into some packages. First one from our very own Marty Jones out of Kansas. Hopefully she's watching tonight. If not, if you see it on the replay, thank you in advance, Marty. Lisa, is that the one you said, the train station area? Amtrak? Ooh, it's like Halloween Part 2. Okay, so before we open the card, we got some treats and snacks, which, as you could tell and see, puts a smile on my face. So we got some Reese's peanut butter pumpkins, which is pretty much the only kind of pumpkin I will eat. A peanut butter filled one. Got 3 of those. Frito-Lay Munchies salted peanuts for those of us that need some protein. Extra peanut butter, extra peanuts. Ooh, Snack with a kick. This actually may go towards a Chow Time episode. Hot and spicy peanuts. Marty, what are you trying to do to me? So I'm not sure how hot and spicy they are, but I'm always willing to try something new within reason. So if you guys maybe want to see this in a Chow Time episode, I could throw it together with some other stuff. We may do that. Otherwise, I'll try it on my own and let you know sometime in the future how I fared with it. And to go on top of my case of Hershey Almond bars, I do have 2 packs of miniatures. These are Hershey's miniatures with almonds. So I am stocked up with a good portion of Hershey's products here. So thank you so much, Marty, for the treats, the snacks, and the hot peanuts. And like I said, based on what you guys think, we'll maybe do them live, or I'll just let you know in the aftermath how much milk or ice cream I had it down to take away the heat. But there is an envelope, so let's open that up and see what it is. This one is orange, pumpkin color. And I'm actually going to save one of these. We'll try it a little bit later on before the stream's over. I'll let you know how the pumpkin Reese's chocolate treat is. Try it now. Gotta wait. I'll be... Yeah, these are all railroad insulators that come off the telegraph poles. And the one behind, the clear one behind the crossing signal. Hopefully it's not pumpkin flavored, is it? No, I think it's just the shape of a pumpkin. If it was pumpkin flavored, I wouldn't be eating it. So, nice Halloween card. Big, happy Halloween pumpkin. Okay, so she included a very generous monetary donation. Thank you so much for that. So it says included peanut snacks. Also, as I know, Jill does not have a big sweet tooth like we do. Hope you enjoy, Jill. So I guess the peanuts are for Jill. The sweets are for myself and for Lily. It says it's time to scare up some fun. Love and hugs from Marty. And it has a little spider inching its way down the card. So Marty, thank you for the snacks and treats and for the monetary donation. Very much appreciated. So I was glad to receive something from you. Up to 232 people watching. Wow, thank you guys. Appreciate you being here. Okay, this one. Boy, I gotta tell you, Amazon Fulfillment Center are some of the most thoughtful people out there. They always manage to send me something, regardless of what's going on. I can always count on them to send me a package. There's just a bad sense of humor I have. Now, this is sent by Amazon. We'll find out who it's from in a moment. It's like another running joke too is like, you know, if someone doesn't have like an active social life, you know what? I don't have many friends that call me. Like I always count on those telemarketers calling about my extended warranty. They're always there for me. Oh, okay. This is from Lisa. I already know that because during last time's mail call, the Sweet Tarts bag was ripped open or pulled open. And I said, I'm not going to eat from it. I don't know what happened with it. And Lisa said, I'll make it right. She contacted them and they sent me a brand new pouch. So this is just a replacement of that other one, which did get tossed away. This one is not opened, which is great. And this is Sweet Tarts, 5 flavors. Strawberry, blue punch, which is probably going to be my favorite. Cherry, apple, and orange. And she did send another one, I think it was Trolleys, with that package last time too, which we have been snacking on a little bit. So Sweet Tarts, brand new package from Lisa. Thank you. Yeah, mail call is every other Sunday. So next week we'll do Sunday Night Live. Won't be mail call, but we still do question of the week and our going back in time segment. Okay, next one came out of Kentucky, but Not sure who it's from. Some type of company I never heard of. So it's a sign, I know that. I am running out of room with my signs, but I am finding other places to put them. They're actually going in other places in the house. So if you do send me something and you don't see it here in the studio, rest assured it is somewhere in the house. I have other things I put up recently to kind of help spread out the theme of the JP Video Studio in other parts of the house. So that may end up happening with more items depending on how many more I do receive. So this one, enjoy a gift from you. Enjoy a gift for you. Hi JP Videos, enjoy your gift from Lisa Anderson. Oh, this is pretty cool. Let me take the packaging off of it. I may have to try to find some room for this, because there is something on the wall already that this goes hand in hand with. Okay, so I would say show of hands, but I can't see your hands. I'm sure most of you out there have seen the Christmas Story movie, my all-time favorite Christmas movie. And I do have obviously some items from it, 2 large posters, that sign. I have some ornaments. I forget what else I have. I have a bunch of stuff. I even have the bunny onesie, which you guys may or may not have seen before. I think I wore it last year for Christmas time, the bunny onesie. Anyways, the premise of that movie is Ralphie trying to get a Red Ryder BB gun. And when he goes to the, I can't remember the name of the store, but he goes to the storefront window where his brother Randy's kind of like look in the window. And it's a Christmas display with the train, the toys, and the Red Ryder BB gun. Well, there was a sign there, basically like an advertisement for the gun. And this is basically the same sign recreated on a tin sign, even with like some rust and weathering on it. Really, really cool. Check that out. It is announcing the 1,000 shot Red Ryder carbine, and it has Red Ryder himself, Daisy air rifles on the bottom. So this is the same advertisement you would see in that movie, and it's on a tin sign. It's actually really cool, and it's going to go, I'm going to try and sneak it up here next to this community protected by Neighborhood Watch with Ralphie with the Red Ryder BB gun. So that is a really cool piece. And it says it's really yours for only $2.95. Can you imagine that? $2.95. Sensational new Daisy. My new lightning loader repeater has a heap of new features. Look 'em over. And it's actually all kind of fine print here with all advertisements and information about the gun. You know, it says golden bands, leather thong, 1,000 shot, branded stock, lightning loader, longer barrel, full length handhold, cocking lever. It's a Daisy, carbine ring. And of course, most people, well, I won't say most, but I'm sure many people, especially young boys growing up, had a type of BB gun at some point. I know I did. I had a handful of them. I had the pump action. I had the lever one, and they're always a lot of fun to just shoot targets with. So, yeah, we're going to find some room for this somewhere in the studio. So, Lisa, thank you for the awesome sign. That is pretty awesome. And yes, I used awesome way too much. I also did a live stream last year, too. I actually have a Christmas Story book that Jill got from me. And in that book, it has kind of like movie memorabilia. It has like the chop suey restaurant thing. It has the decoder stuff. I'll have to maybe bring that book out for another episode. But yeah, Christmas Story, you can't go wrong with that. But great sign. I love it. Okay, we got 2 packages left. This one is from the same person that sent my light up hockey mask, the Jason Friday the 13th hockey mask that lights up. He sent me that, and the Pro Pointer metal detector. He sent me that. He did reach out to me, said this was coming out, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, this is for Lily. This is from Michael out of Scranton. Okay, yep, this is what it is. It's actually a box full of stuff. Let me get it out, and I'll let you know what we got here. I was actually really surprised when he said this was coming, and said it wasn't necessary, but he insisted, so it is here. Okay, there's a few things here. So what he sent, and I do apologize in advance if I do have the information incorrect. I think it's, I don't know the model. It's actually an iPad mini. It is slightly used. He said it's basically brand new. He doesn't use it. And he sent it for Lily to kind of just to play on, you know, to do some drawings on it, stuff like that. So it's an iPad mini. I don't know the exact model. But aside from that, he sent a brand new shield, like a screen protector, charging cable, and earbuds. So she has had tablets before. We are an Android family, so we never had an Apple product. So this is gonna be brand new for us if we attempt to use it. We're gonna have a little bit of a learning curve. I'm not familiar with Apple products at all, but as he mentioned, it's basically brand new condition. It's an iPad mini, and yeah, she's gonna be pretty happy to receive this. She does have a smartphone, which we got for her for, you know, safety reasons. She doesn't have her personal time on, you know, talking to her friends and stuff. But I'm sure she will enjoy having a tablet again. The last time she had a tablet was probably 3-4 years ago. She had an RCA Viking tablet, and that was prior to her having a phone. But I'm sure she could come up with some cool. Jeez, crack the plastic on the on the screen protector. Yeah, I'm sure she'll find a cool use for this for some drawing or apps or games or whatever it is. So, Michael, thank you for sending that. Like I said, it wasn't necessary, but we do appreciate the generosity to send that to us. And it is practically a brand new iPad mini. So, Lily is up in bed for school tomorrow, so she will see that tomorrow. And there is one more thing. I didn't break the screen protector, just the packaging for it. Apparently that's not JPVideos proof. Okay, yes, this is actually for Lily as well. This is, I think Bendy and the Ink Machine. Extra large shirt. I'm gonna keep it in the package. I think that's Bendy and the Ink Machine, if I'm not mistaken. That is one of the things she likes, and she's talked about it before. And obviously, Michael paid attention to her likes because he has sent her drawing books before. I think in like an art kit and stuff like that. So yeah, she's gonna be thrilled to. She loves T-shirts, especially like ones of her favorite characters. So she's gonna be thrilled to receive this stuff. But I'm gonna keep it in the package for her so she can open up herself. But Michael from Scranton, thank you for the generosity to send this to her. I know she's gonna really enjoy it. So appreciate you thinking about my daughter for sending out the items to my P.O. box. I always put the smile on her face as well as mine. But before I break anything else, let me put this safely to the side. Okay, last one. Okay, this one I've received from this person before, and I'm still shocked that they are continuing to send stuff. Not that I'm complaining, but this came all the way from Australia. Amazing. This is from April. I'm just going to say Australia. I don't even know how to pronounce the town. But yeah, April from Australia sent this. So she did send something last time, which was pretty amazing. And this is a pretty big box. So I'm curious what's in this one. Yeah, I figure out how to open this. It's sealed up tighter than Fort Knox. There we go. Holy crap. Yeah, this is a big box. Obviously, but it's full to the brim. I don't even know where to start. Okay, yeah, I guess I'll dig into it. So we got a bunch of little things in here. The first one is, I think I remember these, but this is a different brand, obviously, coming from Australia. This is called Whiz Fizz Sherbet Cones. Do you guys remember those? Those like those candy cones with like it's like an ice cream, sugary, thing on top of it. I do remember having something very similar. It's marshmallow. Squishy marshmallow. Sherbet surprise in a cone. Yeah, so it's like a marshmallow ice cream treat. I actually remember having those. I don't know the brand though, but this is Whiz Fizz. Marshmallow sherbet surprise in a cone. So that is pretty cool. It definitely brings me back to my childhood. Since we're getting this stuff, we're getting a mixture of stuff now that I haven't tried before, haven't tried in a long time. We may be able to include those spicy peanuts from Marty with some of this stuff, and we'll do a Chow Time episode out of it. It's been a while since we tried some unique treats or spicy stuff. Next one here, though, is Allen's Party Mix. And this is a perfect mix with a favor for everyone. Party Mix contains bananas, peaches, and cream, milk bottles, strawberries and cream, black cats, red frogs, jelly babies, and snakes. Yeah, they're actually little jelly candies with all those flavors I just mentioned. So that'll be brand new for me. Some unique flavors there. Allen's Made for Your Mouth Cool Fruits. So these, they're hard, round little balls. It reminds me of Skittles almost still. These are like fruit chews or fruit candies that you kind of suck on or let them melt in your mouth. So those would be neat to try. Let's see if there's flavors on here. Yeah, lemon, tangy lime, luscious strawberry, juicy black currant. I never heard of that. And fruity orange. Yeah, it says black currant or black currant. BLACKCURRANT. That one has me perplexed. Wonder if that's like a licorice or something. Okay, these are Melody Pops. These are, I think, like another version of those like Whistle Pops. You guys remember those? So it's a lollipop, but there's a hole in the middle, almost like a slide whistle or a little flute. So when you blow in it, it'll play a note or a tune or something like that. Not a tune, but you know what I mean. It'll play a little melody. Yeah, another thing I haven't seen since my childhood. Melody Pops. Wow, I really bringing back blast in the past. I do not have any musical talent, but still something kind of fun and, gimmicky to make you want to buy it. It's a candy. It's a musical instrument. Currant is a fruit. Okay. As long as it's not licorice, I won't do licorice. Grape. Oh, grape. Okay, I like grape. Okay, so now... Oh, there's actually a note in here, too. There's actually some little gifts in here, and then some bigger boxes here, which I'm going to show you in a second. This is like a box full of everything. It's not just candy either. All right, yeah, let me show you what else is in here, because if I read the note, it's going to give it away. So there's actually 3 pairs of socks. Novelty socks. This one is cheeseburger. Cheeseburger socks. I'm guessing those would probably be for me. Oh, these are, hey, they actually wrote the names on them. Yep. JP, I get the cheeseburger socks. For Jill, I don't want to mispronounce it. Is this like, British Columbia? Is that what that is? But these are for Jill. And the last one is for Lily. These are, they're called Frankly Funny Soulmates novelty socks. These are like little, oh, this is a kangaroo socks. So if you can see, it's like a mama and the baby kangaroo, and the bottoms are stripes. Australian, okay. Sorry, I'm not very good with my nationalities and flags, but those are actually, I actually really like those. I would take those for myself. Reminds me of the 4th of July with the stars and the stripes and the blue, but I will happily wear cheeseburger socks. So nice that they sent a pair for each of us. So thank you in advance for that. Still more to take out of the box though. Okay, so got some Australian wildlife, I guess you'd want to call it. We've got a koala here with a little boomerang. Look at that. Cute little fuzzy koala. He's holding a boomerang. And this one is, I believe, a little kangaroo. And he's wearing a hat. Now, obviously, I'm assuming these are for Lily. She is a huge plushie lover. She loves plush animals. We still have a bunch from when she was a little baby. Excuse me, and she still buys them and collects them to this day. We are actually running out of room with them, but she's going to love having these directly from Australia. These are not like ones you pick up at a zoo in your local area. I can actually say these came from Australia, so that is pretty awesome. Even though they're little stuffed animals, I know she's going to definitely appreciate them, and I appreciate the thought of sending them to us. But there's more in the box. Indiana kangaroo. Is that what that is? Well, it came from Australia regardless, so. Okay, so the remainder in the box is 3 kits. And this is what's in them. Gingerbread train kit. So there's actually 3 of these boxes in the box. So I'm guessing we could probably do like a build off, or like even a fun live stream for Christmas time to build our own gingerbread train. So we got 3 of these in the box, 1 for each of us. And I can't remember last year if we did a live stream or not doing gingerbread houses, which I am not good at. Mine, I think, caved in and toppled over. It didn't pass city code, I can tell you that. But we got 3 gingerbread train kits from Australia. So that is fantastic. Oh, jeez. With my excitement, I'm throwing it over here. But let me read the note and let you know what she said. This is like a box full of awesomeness right here. Not to take away whatever else I received tonight, but this is just unexpected to receive so much from, so far away. Hey JP, we saw the gingerbread train kits at our local Aldi store. So I guess they have Aldi's in Australia. Good to know. And instantly thought of you. As my mom and I, and she spells mum, M-U-M, Mom and I enjoyed watching you guys make your gingerbread houses. So yes, my memory does serve correct. My 1-year-old and 2-year-old nieces absolutely love your videos as well, especially your Spirit Halloween 2020 video we watched on replay all the time. That's why the views kept going up. You guys are watching on replay. Thank you. They jump up and down screaming, JP, yay, when they see you on YouTube. We really enjoy your videos. You have brought a lot of laughter to our lives. We look forward to seeing more videos in the future. From April and Janelle. I'm going to try to pronounce this. I will apologize in advance for butchering this. Bundaberg, Queensland, Australia. So April and Janelle from Bundaberg, Queensland, Australia. That is, wow. That is so like amazing to hear that not only you, but your whole family enjoys watching my videos, and that seeing this made you think of me. Obviously, you know I like my trains, so, and you paid attention. Gingerbread houses we did build last year. So now we don't have to go out and buy gingerbread houses. We're going to build trains for you guys live coming up for Christmas time. But this note here, this letter, really, it made me feel good inside to know that, just my presence makes your nieces, get so excited, and that you can watch my videos as a family. That's the thing I strive on, is making family-friendly entertainment. No matter who's in the room with you, there won't ever be a reason you'd have to click off because of vulgarity or anything, that's not family oriented or related. So you guys, thank you from the bottom of my heart, sending this all the way from Australia for myself, Lily, and Jill. Definitely means a lot. And to everyone else, for Michael, Lisa, Marty, Barb, and so I don't mispronounce his name, Mike from Erie. Thank you so very much. You guys made this mail call fantastic. One of the better ones I've had. And looking forward to the rest in the future. So if you guys ever want to send anything for me to open during mail call, the mods could post the P.O. Box address in the chat, or just go under any video description. It's down there in the description area. So let me get this cleaned up a little bit here, and we will continue on. Why is my mouse flashing? Give me a second here. And the one thing I need to work on is I'm very repetitive. I keep overusing the same words. And that's because when I sit there and try to think of something different to say, that's when I start stumbling, stuttering, having my brain farts or squirrel moments. So although I do say the same things repeatedly, it's only because it's better for a lack of a new word to come up with. So I don't mean to sound generic. Everything that you guys have done for me, whether you're watching from home, giving thumbs ups and commenting, to sending me stuff, to donating, everything as a whole means more than you guys do know and that I could express to you. So I just could say sorry for not being more specific, unique with my sayings, my words. It's something I do need to work on, but a simple thank you from me to you is all I could do. Okay, let's get a little refreshment here and keep going. Well, I am my own worst critic, so in my mind, I felt the need to apologize. All right, let's get a little energy in us with some pumpkin-shaped Reese's peanut butter cup. Some people just say thank you. I try to make it unique and special for the people, but sometimes I need to get myself a little cue card with like different words to say. Describe like special, amazing, fantastic, incredible. If only I could do it that easy. So here it is. It's a little oddly shaped pumpkin. It's kind of like a pumpkin if you look at it with like beer goggles, But yes, Reese's chocolate. Can't go wrong with that. Yeah, I don't drink it. I don't touch any alcohol. I'll have like 2 or 3 beers a whole year. That's about it. Yeah, this is really, really good. Tastes like a traditional peanut butter cup. But I think this one you actually get a little bit more. It's a bigger shape. So, definitely hitting home. John wants a bite. Yeah, it's as good as a Reese's peanut butter cup should be. So, I definitely recommend picking this one up because you get more bang for your buck. You get a larger quantity of chocolate and peanut butter. Okay, Lisa, I'll keep an eye out for them. And next, we're going to do question of the week. This question is going to be one final question related to the Halloween season, since we are freshly on the backside of Halloween now, first day of November. It's going to be a simple question. With Halloween that took place last night, did it go as expected, worse than expected, or better than expected as far as Halloweeners, people being outside, doing things safely? Let me know how it was for you guys. For us, it was about average as to what we expected. There was people out in certain areas. Some areas were really quiet, no lights, no kids out. There was a couple areas where I took Lily where it was like a zoo, like people everywhere, hordes of people. So I think given the circumstances, it was to be expected. It was about on par. Have a good night, Julie. I know even Alan, if you guys saw his video, Revenge of the Apocalypse, he put out a video of all his inflatables and stuff in his front yard and make it really festive and scary for Halloween. He had not one kid come to his house, which is kind of disappointing. It really depends on where you live. Bonfire for Julie last night. Nice and quiet. So some people do prefer quiet. You know, obviously it depends on where you live, if you have kids, if you want kids coming to your house. So it obviously determines the answer you're giving based on what you do prefer. But I just think as a whole, given the circumstances, it was to be expected as to how last night went. It was quiet, some areas, busy others. But at least Halloween, for the most part, in most areas still went on. Super busy where Jacqueline is, and where I am, there was no one around here, so I took Lily up to Carbondale, which we'll talk a little bit later on. That was if you guys watched my video from earlier yesterday, the Park Street Horror House, I took Lily up there to walk through it for herself. And that area, that neighborhood, houses and kids out the wazoo. It was tough trying to find parking. There was streets were covered with people, which was good to see, though. There was a lot of houses giving out candy. There was even more houses done up than didn't even realize. Like, they put everything together last minute for Halloween time. They had caskets, sound effects, people dressed up in costume giving out candy. One house was even giving out like hot chocolate, hot dogs, popcorn. It was pretty neat to see. But our neighborhood, unfortunately, no kids around here. When I was younger, where I used to live, used to be fairly steady. We used to actually give out candy where I used to live, and I used to dress up in costume. I used to hide on the side of the house with a chainsaw, come out and scare the people that came to the front door with Jason. I had a strobe light that I would turn on, fire up the chainsaw, and just come walking towards them. And even though Jason and that chainsaw doesn't go together, it still scared them. So I do miss doing that, but there's no one here to do it for anymore. Carbondale, Pennsylvania. More than one Carbondale. So I guess we'll see what happens for next year. The only holiday we have to worry about now, if you want to worry about it, you don't really have to, but to be concerned about is Christmas. I am curious how they're going to do Christmas, like with pictures with Santa, stuff like that. I already heard speculation of some places not having Santa come this year for photos, which, as a little kid, that's what you look forward to, is Santa, getting presents and gifts. Even going around singing Christmas carols. Like, it's going to be a change, and I hope they try to make the best out of a bad situation. I'd hate to see, everything be wiped away because of what's going on. It's like it's always been from day one, comes down to common sense, So Christmas, we'll see. Real chainsaw, what could go wrong? Well, what did go wrong a few times is it didn't want to start. I'm sitting there pulling. Pull the choke out. Finally get it started. Die out. And yes, I did take the chain off. I think they named a lot of towns Carbondale because they were coal towns. Definitely a possibility. American Explorer says no trick-or-treaters. Macy's is doing virtual stuff. Wow. Retro thanks me for 150K. Thank you. Actually surpassed that now. I think I'm around 150,300. Got a little jump there in the last few days. So thank you to everyone. Yeah, I'm not too far from Steamtown. That's typically a place I go to quite often. I've only been there once this year because, number one, they opened late with COVID, but number two, you have to wear a mask to go inside the buildings. I don't like to do things that require a mask if I don't have to. So as much as I love Steamtown and how convenient it is to me, I haven't been there as much as I want to be. Okay, so let's give me a brief minute here to get some screens switched around. We're going to do our final segment, Going Back in Time. Okay, so I'm going to pop this screen on, make myself smaller. Too small. There we go. And this is a follow-up from last week's video. If you guys watched Sunday Night Live last week, I walked through the abandoned vintage items home with my friend Robin. It was a longer video, around 50-some minutes, and I got to see the entire house minus the attic. And that's what we're going to be doing in this video. I went back to the house a few days later by myself, and this is a 20-minute video, pretty much uncut. I pick up the video outside the house, and I keep it rolling nearly the whole time. We walk through, get upstairs to the attic, and check it out to see what actually is inside. I don't remember offhand, so it'll be kind of watching it for the first time with you guys. So, where's the other screen at? Get you guys up here. Okay, so if you guys are ready, I'm going to air this now. Like usual, I will pause it for some brief commentary if I feel it's necessary. And if it's too quiet, too loud, let me know. I will try to adjust the levels. Hey everyone, do you remember this house? Well, if you're subscribed to my channel, you probably do. This is the abandoned house loaded with vintage items. You might remember I was here a couple months ago with my friend Robin, and when we were here we discovered a whole bunch of really cool items in this house. You remember it had the Poison's DDT formaldehyde. It had those plastic Halloween costumes, that really thick Bible, that head I just showed you, and various other things. But the one thing we forgot when we were here was to check the attic. We walked right by the door and actually notated it in the video. We forgot to check it, so that's why I'm here today. I returned back by myself to see what's in there. Can't guarantee or promise anything's going to be in there really worth checking out, but we don't know until we check it out. So I'm going to bring you along with me. I'm going to keep this rolling the whole time. That way you can see what I see as we make our way upstairs. I'll highlight a couple things along the way. I'm not going to go over everything because I already showed that in the video. If by chance you didn't see that video, you can click up here. It'll pop up on the screen, and you can also find the link down below in the description. That way, in case you missed it, you can watch that and then watch this as part 2. But this is going to be primarily focused on the attic. So, going to head inside now and make our way upstairs. So, right at the bat, not sure if Christopher saw it, I did show it. This was from December 2018. We're entering the rear of the house into the kitchen area here, and the kitchen is heaped with stuff everywhere. Right here in the middle of the doorway, we see a tricycle. Behind it, we did confirm it was a walker, like a toddler's walker. One of two which are laying in the kitchen here. But we're going to not focus on the stuff that we see, except for maybe one or two things. We're going to kind of stay focused to go upstairs to check out the attic. So if you guys do want to see what the rest of this house has, you could click up that link up here, which is the take you to the abandoned house full of vintage items. That's what you want to look for to see the entire video. So this is our entry point in the back of the house here. And you may remember this old kitchen. That was actually my thumbnail of the last video, that Jack in the Box, minus the jack. But we kind of have to crawl around this mess and then make our way up. Outside there's the piano. I showed that in the last video. There's two pianos, one on the front porch, one on the back porch. In the closet there's where the poisons are, DDT, black leaf, and I believe the formaldehyde's over here. As you remember, there are two sets of stairwells in this house. It was either a duplex or servants' quarters. And one thing we found out from filming here from the first time is that it was reported by locals that it was mainly an older couple that lived here. I don't know their ages, but they passed away due to cancer, because behind the house, if you're able to see in the photo I showed, there's a large hill there. Well, up on top of the hill and farther back, there was a landfill with contaminated material, and supposedly through, you know, rain and everything, it made its way down here, and reportedly they died from cancer. And as far as I know, they don't have any children. Either the children passed or have moved away, but after the people died here, this is how it was left. I don't know if someone came in here and moved the items around, or if they were hoarders, or I don't know the details. I just found that out. Actually, Robin found that out and passed it along to me. So that's the rough history of it. But as again, this was flooded at one point, 2011 flood. Part of this first floor here was underwater, and the house has been vacant for at least 30 years. That's the stairwell we're going to be going up momentarily. I just want to go in here quickly and show you those costumes. So those are really awesome. And here's, I believe that's a porcelain stove. Coal burning. Or coal and wood, possibly. A lot of you have mentioned about this Bible. They said it's in really great condition. So that's still here. And here are the costumes. Superman, He-Man. I don't even know if we saw that one last time. That's pretty neat. Cabbage Patch. What else we got? That one. I think it's Elvira, maybe. Pink Panther. Again, these are, in my eyes, vintage costumes. These are from the 70s and 80s. A lot of people say this stuff isn't that old, but compared to nowadays, it's old. Those are really awesome. Remember that construction type lunchbox, Humpty Dumpty, refrigerator. And when I was here, when they opened the refrigerator, somebody said they saw an orb fly out of here, out of the fridge, and that it was really cold in there. They said that they heard voices in this house too. So, I don't know. Maybe it is haunted. Who knows? Excuse me. It's kind of chilly out. My nose is always running when it's cold. But let's head upstairs now. Here's the second sewing machine. Everything is pretty much how we left it. The record player's still there, the shoes. a huge bed frame and springs. And right behind this wall is where the stairs are. I remember seeing them when I was here, but we walked right past the door. And actually, I don't even remember checking this room out. So, while we're here, we'll do that. And just to confirm too, several people asked last week when I aired the original video, they asked if the house is still there. I messaged Robin and she said as of 2 days prior to me asking her, house is still there. Don't know what kind of condition it's in. Don't know if these items are still there. Maybe, can't promise it obviously, but maybe I could try to get back here, do another walkthrough, like an update, to see how it looks 2 years later. So if I could make that happen, I certainly will. But I'd have to check it out in person and see what the conditions are to see if it is safe to go in, make sure it's not posted now, anything like that, which I doubt it is. But if you guys maybe want to see a revisit, have me do one more walkthrough, I will try to make it happen. Looks like maybe a baby bathtub. That's the back porch, completely rotted. There's the hill I was mentioning, up on top higher is an old landfill. Nothing too exciting in here. It's a smaller bedroom. But there's so much stuff piled on top of each other that you can't really see everything. There's an old shoe. If you guys like this type of video where I'm keeping it going continuously so you see everything that I see, let me know in the comment section or give the video a thumbs up. That way I know to do more future videos like this. And here's another room I missed. I can't believe I missed these last time. I was so focused on getting to the other rooms, I completely overlooked these. Got an old crutch over there. You can see it through the bed spring. Really tiny closet. That looks like it was nice at one point. It has where the mirror would have been there. It's like a little mini vanity. There's just so much stuff here. It's hard to even know what to focus on. There's another crutch right there. Every time I watch these videos back, it's funny. I always miss stuff when I was here in person, because there's always so much to look at, and then I'm like, man, I can't believe I missed that. And then right there I see a tennis racket. I'll zoom in there. And I learned too, I was improperly calling that plaster and wood slats. And I guess the proper terminology is plaster and lathe, or lathe and plaster. So thank you to those of you who corrected me on that. I like these big windows in these rooms though. Listen, lots of light. And it has the old vinyl shades. And some outdated electrical wiring. Okay, that's enough of that. Let's head over here. This is where we want to focus on. Excuse me. Right here is what I walked by last time. Okay, let's tackle this. Hopefully there's no animals up here. Well, good news, it's not empty. Bad news is there's no flooring. It's just the joists with some planks of wood going across. So I can't really walk up here. Boy, look at that chimney. It's like slanted. I don't know if they built it like that or it just shifted on its own. But lots of items up here, mostly furniture. It's a really neat old crate there. But as you can see, it's kind of like the attic floor in Christmas Vacation, where he's walking on the planks and eventually drops through the plaster ceiling. So we got some books here and stuff. There's, I believe, a record player. There's an old, not old, but older light fixture, like outdoor light fixture. Lots of dust up here. I'm going to try not to stir it up too much. There's another chimney over there in the back. You can see it's slanted. I guess these, I'm just noticing it now, these nests, I think these are called mud wasp nests. Sorry, mud wasp nests. Yeah, I learned about those after doing the first video and seen them at other locations, and actually in a video I just released with RJ where we found that farmhouse property and that barn that had the international pickup truck had those same nests. And I learned they're called either mud dauber nest or mud wasps or dirt dauber nest. Different names, but same thing. But that's what they look like. I think that's what they are. I'm thankful it's cold out right now, so any bees would be dormant. With that box right there, I don't think the items there is Happy Time 3-piece kitchen set. Looks like somebody asked about why 2 chimneys. I believe because at one point there was a duplex. It was a 2-family home. Either that or this was like a farm home, maybe, where they had like the farm help living in one section of the house and the main family living in the other. Don't know the details on that, but I believe at one point though, since there's 2 sets of steps and 2 kitchens, that it could have been a 2-family home or a duplex. Like a baby chair, like a high chair. Some neat old stuff, some cool boxes. Lots of baby items, greenhouse tomatoes. So it's not what I was expecting. I was expecting to find more stuff up here than this. This is more or less, not necessarily junk, but less desirable items. I was hoping to be able to walk up here, but being by myself, I'm not going to risk that today. February 1964. The one common theme with this house, it has most of the items ranging from the late 50s up to the 80s. So you have a whole variety of decades worth of stuff. It's another old-fashioned kitchen, but it's just the box. These magazines I like, really dated, 1965, cost 50 cents. So if you guys see anything up here that I maybe am missing, or that you think maybe has some value, I always like to learn about that stuff, so comment down below, let me know if you see anything here. There's more boxes back there, Orange Cove boxes. Some type of maybe paper mache item there. Just random stuff though. And you can see there's holes in the walls up there. There's, I think, 3 chimneys in this house too. So glad we got to check it out. At least that completes the rest of this house. This will be part 2 of it, and now we know what's up here and won't need to make another return trip. This is another desk. This is, I think, the 3rd or 4th. No, sorry, that's not a desk, that's a chair. There's 2 school desks that are similar to that downstairs. One upstairs, one downstairs. They were in the first video as well. I really do like that tomato box though. I guess you'd use this for picking tomatoes on the farm. It's neat with the handle. It's a nice little, you can make a flower pot out of that, like artificial flowers, or use it for like washcloths in your bathroom if you're to clean that up a little bit. I like to try and see stuff get repurposed. Oh, maybe it's a makeup bag or a purse. And I'd like to reiterate one thing too. I get asked on a regular basis if it's legal or if I take things from houses. The quick answer to that is no, it's not legal. This is, even though it's abandoned and the people died, it is still someone's property and possessions. Most likely at this point, I'm guessing the city owns it now due to the lack of taxes being paid on it. So it's not legal. And number two, even if I wasn't able to get caught, if I was able to freely walk out, I still wouldn't do it. It just doesn't feel right to me. I'd much rather preserve it through a video and share it with everyone than to be greedy and selfish and take something for myself. So occasionally the big resorts, I might take a business card or a coffee, losing my train of thought here, like a coaster, for your cups for the table. I might take something with a name on it like that. That's not really, they were there to give out to the customers. But other than that, everything you see here is the way I leave it. If I look through anything, if I open anything, I put it back the way it was. So just remember that for future reference. If you do this yourself, be respectful. Don't be greedy. If you get caught walking out of here, number one, you're already technically considered to be trespassing. If you're walking out of here with bags full of stuff, then you're gonna have to add it to that. It's not really worth it. All right, gonna make our way back down now. Excuse me. And while we're here, let's give you a quick look up here. There's the road right out there. There's the other set of steps we walked by downstairs. There's a little exercise spring-loaded machine. So we discovered too, doesn't seem to be a bathroom in this house, or plumbing for that matter. So my guess is that they had an outhouse outside somewhere and possibly a well on the property. One of my viewers pointed out the kitchen sink down there doesn't have any faucets, doesn't have any plumbing hooked up to it except for a drain that drains into a bucket. So I didn't pick up on that when I was here, but now that we're looking, there's no bathroom. There's a toilet there, but no bathroom that I could see. So good possibility had an outhouse and a well. But Robin found that last time the garbage can with all the presidents, 1967 calendar, and these cloth calendars. I remember having them in my home in the 80s. My family used to have them. But lots of beds in this house, which is the odd thing, because if it was just two people, why is there so many beds? So lots of unanswered questions. Could have been hoarders, could have been collectors, could have had children that maybe passed. Really don't know. They showed this last time. I don't know if this was maybe the woman that lived here or one of the children. Polaroid, doesn't have any dates on it though. But the items left behind in the house usually do paint a picture and tell a story about the people that lived here, so at the very least you could see how their lifestyle was. Alright guys, so that was a look inside the attic right here. I'm a little disappointed, but it's better than being completely empty. So we did get to see what's up there, and was able to take you along with me. I'm gonna make my way out of the house now. Once we get downstairs, I'll wrap up the video. And if there's anything else I do find that I missed, I'll share it with you, but I think we've covered everything, so I'll see you back downstairs. Alright everyone, that's gonna do it for this video. Hope you enjoyed the look and the part 2 video of the old vintage house here, full of vintage items. As you can see, it's no joke that this is filled from floor almost to halfway up the wall with stuff. We got to check out the attic. There's a couple cool things I spotted up there. Again, if there's anything I missed that you saw that you think was interesting or worth some value, comment down below, timestamp it. That way I can check it out for myself. I'm always trying to educate myself and to learn about older items that maybe I'm not aware of. So if you did enjoy this video, definitely give it a thumbs up. It was worth the trip coming back here to check it out. If you're new to my channel and would like to see more videos like this, just hit that subscribe button and ring that notification bell. That way you don't miss any future uploads. Also, don't forget you can follow me on Facebook, and if you'd like to help support me on my adventures, you could pick up a t-shirt or donate to my Patreon page, where if you donate at least $2, you'll get exclusive access to upcoming projects. You can find the links to those down below in the description. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, I'll see you in the next video. Okay, let me get screen switched here, and then we will continue on here. Okay, back to normal. So yeah, watching that revisit of the attic, it makes you almost have more questions than answers about what we saw, because like we explained, we did get information after our first visit confirming that it was a couple that lived there. They died of cancer from contamination from a landfill up above. If they did indeed have well water, most likely that well water got contaminated. That's how they entered it, induced it into their bodies. I don't know what the proper word is, but they probably, developed it from drinking the well water that was contaminated. And with all the kids, toys, items, without a doubt, something had to do with kids, whether it was a foster home, we heard possibly a daycare, and without a bathroom or running water, your mind can ask you, well, how did that really work? You'd have to use your own imagination. Like I said, maybe it was off the books. Maybe it was something that would make sense if we heard from the actual people themselves. We really don't know. All we could do is go based off what we've seen and heard from the locals. But I will reach out to Robin. She said the house is still there. If she has interest, I will try to line up my schedule with hers to get back there and do a final follow-up visit to see how the house looks today, 2 years later. If she's not able to go, I may go back to a solo walkthrough myself. I've done it before. I'll do it again, and we'll see what happens. Can't make any promises, but if the house is still there, as long as it's not posted, I'm willing to use that open door policy and check it out one more time. A certain shape, $5. Thank you for sharing that revisit. Very interesting. Thank you for watching, and thanks for the super chat. But I do remember going through that house the first time. I was calling it plaster and wood slats, and I got crucified in the comments like, no, it's plaster and lath, or plaster and lathe, or lathe and plaster. Let me ask you guys, just what's the proper pronunciation? I know it's spelled L-A-T-H. Is it lathe? Like it's spelled like, spell it out for me how it's supposed to be pronounced. I don't know if it's lathe or lath, but I learned about plaster and lathe. I learned about transom windows, wainscoting. I learned a lot by you guys. Stuff I didn't realize had those particular names. So, shiplap, that too. I've also heard of like the waterfall furniture. It has like the curve to it. I learned about that. Lathe. So it's not lath. So it's like lathe, like bathe. Okay. I'm getting lathe and plaster. Is that it? Lathe? Shiplap is wall covering. That's like the wood strips though, right? It's almost like siding. Isn't that shiplap? But the plaster that covers those wood slats, those are called lathes, right? I think I had that pronounced right. Or have the understanding of it correct. So some people are saying lath like bath, lathe like bathe. I guess it's probably just like, tomato, Caribbean. Lathe and plaster. Well, I mean, I call it plaster and lathe, but you guys know what I mean. But yeah, it might be a regional thing. Just like Caribbean. It's the same word, just pronounced differently. But shiplap, if I'm not mistaken, isn't that the planks of wood that almost looks like siding, or it's like a wood wall? Is that shiplap, correct? And I know wainscoting is like the wood or the trim that comes up halfway up the wall, and transom windows are those windows above doors that open for ventilation. See, I do pay attention. Crick or creek, yeah, exactly. Ask Siri. I don't have an iPhone. I do know Dutch doors I learned too, those split doors like you see at medical offices where it's like a counter on the door. I was calling them barn doors or stable doors, but people said it could be called a stable door, but better known as a Dutch door. So I did learn that as well. Slowly but surely, I'm acting like I know what I'm talking about. Grandpa was a plasterer. He said it like bath or bathe, so lathe. Well, plaster and lathe, yeah, whatever you want to call it. You guys will know what I mean. I didn't mean to get into a debate about it. But you guys definitely have saved my butts more than one time. So, without me looking like a goof or completely brain dead about some of the stuff I'm seeing, I don't know anything about valuables or antiques. I just never educated myself on it. You guys know far more than I do looking at items, if stuff is worth anything or if it's common or rare. I just like to show you this stuff. I go to these places to document it because not everything's going to be standing in the future. And obviously along the way, I do try to learn and pick up on things as I can. But my main premise of being there is to document it and to share it. It's almost like a story that has to be told before it's forgotten about. So even though I don't know as much as other explorers and other historians out there and researchers, I do my best, though, to try to show you as much as I can and to keep it nice and clear and precise and share whatever commentary I can along the way. So I guess we work together as a team pretty good. Viewers, videographer. Between the both of us, we get the facts down to a pretty good, precise area. Good night, Sandra. Good night, Michael. It's just a wall. That too. It is just a wall. But to some people, and I'm not saying it's any of you guys here, a lot of the people that have corrected me on it probably don't even watch anymore, but when you make a mistake on YouTube, you hear about it from dozens of people. And those people don't even take the time to read the comments to see if I was already corrected. So I try my best not to make a mistake, but like I always say, we're all human. Mistakes happen. But when I make a mistake or really butcher something, I learn from that mistake because everyone is quick to point it out to me. But when I'm in front of the camera, I'm focused on filming, and thinking about things sometimes doesn't always work as much as I'd like it to. So yeah, people like to criticize too quickly, but at the end of the day, it is entertainment. I'm making a video for you guys to watch, so everyone makes mistakes. Nobody's perfect. I don't try to be. I just try to do the best I can. So you like it, you like it. You don't, you don't. At the end of the day, I'm going to go to sleep the same way and get a good night's sleep and not worry about it. But anyways, guys, we're going to go on for another little bit of time here. We'll just chat about whatever. I'm just have a couple quick things to share with you, which I already mentioned, but this is part of me being repetitive, which sometimes is a good thing, sometimes is a bad thing. But Carbide Jones, P.O. Box, if you want to send a physical photo, if you want to send a digital photo, I have email and Facebook, which the links can be found down below in the description. Vlogoween, my new series that I did for the very first time, was a complete success. Aside from the very first video that I released, I had to take down due to finding out that I was potentially sharing some unsafe conditions and locations. That video I was not able to keep on the channel. Everything else, though, aside from some hiccups, did go off according to plan. I was able to put out videos 31 days in a row successfully. The only major problem we ran into was just the other night with the Haunted Road premiere, which, for whatever reason, YouTube did not want to process it and air the premiere. So I had to take it down. I went live as a plan B, which seemed to do pretty good. And yesterday was a double feature video day. We had the Haunted House in Carbondale, Haunted Attraction, in the afternoon, and then last night was the premiere, and that was the final video for Vlogoween. So despite me being a bit burnt out from constantly filming and editing, I had a blast. It was a lot of fun. That was something brand new I'd never done before, doing 31 videos in a row, doing more lives, doing more interaction, doing more comments. Everything was amplified more than I'm used to. But up until around 4, 5, 6 days ago, I felt great the whole time. So will I do it again in the future? Absolutely. So next Halloween, we'll bring Vlogoween back, and we'll try to keep it on par with like scary, creepy, haunted, abandoned locations. Of course, checking out the stores. Hopefully next year we could try on some costumes and have some fun. I do miss doing that. Between now and then, though, I'm not going to do anything special for Christmas. I'm not going to do like a Vlogmas or anything for Christmas. Christmas will just be, a normal schedule. New Year's, people asked about if you guys are aware or not aware. Last year for New Year's Eve, I did go live. Whoever joined us was basically live with my family. We hung out from about, I think, 9 p.m. until midnight, roughly. And we played board games. We had food. We just joked around, hung out, had a good time. And if there's enough interest in that, we will probably do something again. And this time, though, we'll probably make it a little bit more fun. We might do some trivia questions, have some fun games, like with like little contests, stuff like that. Also, too, I did mention, but I just want to make it evident that it is going to happen for Christmas time, though. I am going to be doing a giveaway contest. I do have a few products that I have reviewed on my channel. These are tech products, like more specifically camera type gear. I'm going to be giving away to 2 to 3 winners, depending on how I work it out. I'm going to hold a contest. It's going to be open to everyone. I'll let you know how you enter. I'll let you know what requirements there have to be made and how you declare your prize if you do win. But I do have 2 to 3 products I will be giving away completely free to whoever is the lucky winner. I've done it in the past. I've given away drones, flashlights, other stuff, but I'm starting to accumulate some product review items. And instead of selling them, I'd rather give them away to someone who could actually use them. So be on the lookout for that. That will happen sometime coming up in December. And maybe you'll have a chance to win a gimbal or a camera. You never know. I'll let you know all the details closer to that time. But yeah, that's enough of my rambling, which I need to work on. One thing I'm critical of myself on is my speaking on camera. I know you guys say I do fine, I have a good voice, but I'm always trying to do the best I can. And aside from stammering, stuttering, squirrel moments, I sometimes get carried away with my rambling for outros. And I'm going to try to kind of do a Cliff Notes version, unless absolutely necessary requires a longer duration. But I'm going to try to narrow down the outros just so it's more streamlined, so it doesn't get boring if you're waiting for a photo montage or something like that. So that's going to be my new thing to challenge myself on, is not to get too carried away with talking like I am right now. But some things have to be said. So I'll do my best to do the best I can for you guys, and hopefully the return, is that you guys actually enjoy what I put out to you guys. Content coming up, though. I do have some videos still to release from Altoona. I have a couple train videos to release. I have some exploring videos. I do have another abandoned video to release. I have a new abandoned location to film. So abandoned stuff, it's not going away. It's not coming back full time. It's going to be mixed in here and there. We're going to do a nature video very soon. People said they want to have me walk through the woods with some freshly fallen leaves. And I said I would do that as a kind of like a raw, uncut video. We'll just pick a trail somewhere, walk, talk, show you the environment, have you listen to the crunch of the leaves, and, have a good time out in nature. I know I missed a bunch of your comments. So, as always, to be repetitive again, I will watch the replay. That's one thing probably a lot of people don't do, is they don't watch their own replays. So even though I'm on for an hour and a half, 2 hours, I do take the time to watch the replay because I am invested in you guys. I like to see what you guys talk about, see if I missed anything important that was mentioned. So I do take time out of my day to watch the replays, to answer your comments, to edit, to upload, to film. Being a YouTuber is a lot of work, but if I didn't love it, I wouldn't be doing it. But I'm going to cut myself off. I'm going to shut myself off there. If you guys have anything you want to talk about, whether amongst yourselves, to me, questions, anything you want to share, please have at it. I will stay on until 10:45, so you got about another 14 minutes. And, we'll just hang out for a little bit. Goodbye, Trevor. If I did miss anyone leaving, thanks for tuning in tonight. Glad to have you here. excuse me, looks like 2 each and every Sunday. We are creeping up a little bit higher with people watching. We're right around 240. Earlier we were closer to 260, so I'm glad we have some new people joining us. And of course, those of you who tune in each and every week, you guys definitely make it worthwhile to do this. I'm rambling again. Dang it. Bunch of chatterboxes. That's okay. I don't hear you guys talking, though. I just see the chat scrolling by. And whether you're quiet or a chatterbox, that's completely fine. You know, I'm just glad to have you here. Safety lamp I've not fired up. I need to get a magnet to unlock it. I brought it over to my friend's house who actually collects safety lamps, and he tried getting it unlocked. He couldn't, so I had to work on it a little bit more. Find out who QT is. Yes, I have a very 99% idea who QT is, and out of respect for them, I have not shared it and don't make mention of it anymore because it was a fun gag at the time saying, oh, we found QT again. I'm 99% certain who it is, and it was fun while it lasted. Favorite Jason movie? 2 of them. I like Jason Takes Manhattan and Freddy vs. Jason. Thanks for your inspiration for filming in public. Yes, that does not come easy, especially when people are staring at you, wondering what you're doing. But now I actually enjoy it. If you got people looking at you, then you're doing something right. Altoona, isn't that where the Rat Pack hung out? Possibly, I'm not really sure. Grandmother's house is no longer around, so unfortunately I cannot. As cool as it would be to get that safety lamp burning again, I'm not going to worry about it if I don't. It's just a cool piece to have. I'm very fortunate to have it sent to me for free after her mother passed on. She didn't know what to do with the items and asked me if I wanted them, so I gladly took them and we'll keep them. I have Freddy vs. Jason, the DVD. They recognize you now. I do get recognized quite a bit often. I get recognized at Rocky Glen just the other day. I got recognized at a rest area in Delaware. I get recognized at Horseshoe Curve in Altoona. So I don't consider myself famous or a celebrity, but it always makes you wonder. You see certain people, if you're out in public, you see someone look at you, usually they'll just make quick eye contact and just go about their business. When someone locks eyes with you and keeps looking, then you know, like, hey, do they recognize me? Do they know who I am? Are they being creepy? You don't really know. So if someone recognizes me, I encourage them to say, hey, JP, I watch your videos. I'd much rather that than someone just to kind of sneak around and watch from a distance or pretend they don't know me. That makes it worse. So if you see me and you recognize me, just say hello. Let me know that you recognize me. It's much better that way. I have not done anything paranormal in Gettysburg. As far as I'm aware, you have to take a tour to do any type of like ghost hunting or ghost tours. So I don't know if they allow just people to go there and ghost hunt. I think they have certain hours that you could be there. How do I find abandoned places? It's a combination of things. There's no one answer that could point you in the right direction, but it's a combination of what I like to call roadside finds. Just simply driving around, keeping your eyes peeled, looking for buildings, structures, houses that are overgrown or falling apart or, boarded up. That's a clear sign right there that probably no one is occupying it. Google Maps is a really great tool because you could just scan anywhere you want on Google Maps. And what you're looking for is things that are kind of off by themselves in the woods. Structures, buildings, foundations, things that look overgrown. But the only thing with Google Maps is the images are a couple years old. So when you get there in person, it may no longer be there. A lot of it's word of mouth and also belonging to like Facebook groups and forums and news articles. It's basically a plethora of ways to find out about them. York? Not sure what there is in York. This is my new channel, no longer adding... Oh, okay, so you're Nick. Okay, that makes sense. Nick Grinds, now Nick Crossing. Gotcha. Thank you, Kelly. Yeah, we do what we can to try to put smiles on people's faces, and as we could see by the thumbs up, thumbs downs, there are people that don't either like me or don't like my content. And that's okay. There's people that I don't like, content I don't like, but the only thing that differs me from them is that I don't go out of my way to tell them that. I just simply choose to do or watch something else. But that's just the way it is. When you become a content creator, you're always going to have people that don't like something about you or your videos. And I don't think there's anyone out there that hasn't had it happen to them. It's just the way it goes. And at first it used to get to me. I used to be kind of like on the defense about it because I'm like, what am I doing wrong? What people don't like? If you don't like it, tell me what you don't like. At this point, it's like water under the bridge. I just come to expect people are not going to like certain stuff. And that's okay. That's the freedom of choice. All I can tell you is that if you, are taking the time to come to my channel to leave a thumbs down, at least tell me why. Otherwise, maybe it's something I can work on. Maybe it's something I do or say or the way I act that you don't like. And maybe I don't realize it's offensive. Who knows? I know I am blunt. I am honest. I am real. I am direct. And some people don't like that either. But I don't want to try to be someone I'm not. But I encourage people, if you don't like something I do, if you don't like something about me, please watch another channel. There's millions of content creators out there across the world. I'm sure there's other things out there you could be watching that you can use your time wisely on than to show distaste to my channel. But, if that's what makes you happy, obviously I can't stop you, but I encourage you to try to find the positive in life. There's a lot of negativity out there, but based on my channel, the outpouring of support that I receive, the positive outweighs the negative. So the little bit of negativity I do receive gets overshadowed 100 times by people like yourselves. So, now it's just, oh well, I got a few thumbs down. It's just the way it is. Route 66 trip I would absolutely love to do. I had plans to do one last year. Financially, it didn't work. This year it didn't work, obviously, because of the whole Mr. Corona thing. But it's something I do plan on doing. Maybe next year, maybe the year after. I have a lot of things. I want to go to Germany. I want to take a trip to Germany to do some exploring over there because I am half German. I'd like to get back down south to do some more filming down there. I obviously want to make it out to, central and western part of the country. I have a lot of places to go, not a lot of time, not a lot of funds to do it, but with proper planning and patience, one day at a time, I do get to do what I want to do. So, and one, not to focus on anything negative here, but just a running joke. It's a running joke. If you're a content creator, you probably heard this before. If you're a viewer, you might not have, but there's a running joke that if you're a YouTuber, whether you do it for fun as a hobby or it's your full-time job, if you receive at least one thumbs down, then you know that you made it as a content creator, as a YouTuber. Because if you don't get thumbs downs ever, then I don't know, maybe you're not doing something right or wrong. I don't know. It's just a running joke, though, that you hear amongst other YouTubers that thumbs down means you officially made it. Welcome to the YouTube community, so to speak. So, take it with stride. I try to find the positive in everything. And there are days that, I get down on myself. There's days I get, kind of feeling defeated. But the one thing I always do is take the advice I give to Lily. I always tell Lily, no matter what happens, there's something good that you can find out of it. And sometimes it's just reading your comments. That'll change my day around, put a smile on my face. It could be the simplest little thing, just saying, hey, like that letter I got from Australia. My nieces and nephews love seeing your videos. They jump up and down saying, hey, it's JP. That puts a smile on my face. No matter what's going on, despite how crazy the world is, how mean people could be, there's always some good to be found. I'm not trying to be a motivational speaker here. I am far from that. But I do try to leave life in a positive way. So, I'm probably taking away your time. You probably want to ask me questions and stuff, but like I said, I unfortunately ramble now. 5 years ago, you couldn't even hear me whisper on camera. Now I can't get myself to shut my mouth. The voice calms my dogs. I guess that's a good thing. Do I like winter or summer? I like both. Without rambling, I like winter because it's great to be outside and not be sweating and, dying of heat stroke. I like summer because you get to go swimming and go in the water and the ocean, stuff like that. So, how about some abandoned campground RV parks? I don't know of any. I do know of an abandoned mobile home park. Actually, excuse me, I found out about it just a few months ago. It was actually discovered on Google Maps. According to Google Maps, there's still some mobile homes there. I'm going to try to get there in the next month or two to scout it out, and if doable, I'm going to film it. It'll be my first abandoned mobile home park. Used to live a few minutes away from Route 66. That would be pretty cool. Get to go there whenever you want. Yeah, I can't pick a favorite holiday because like summer, aside from going in the water, like I love 4th of July. I love fireworks. I'm a big kid when it comes to fireworks. Fall, I love because of the beautiful leaves, Halloween season. Winter, I love because I used to be a skier, so I love the snow. I love being outside in the cold. I love to be able to go outside and not, like I said, start drenching in sweat. Spring is nice because better things are coming. And summer, I like, but I just don't like the heat. So it's a trade-off. I used to work, oh yeah, there's John Kudo. Work at Dracula's Forest. Yeah, it's unfortunate they closed. I think you actually shared, are you part of the Dracula Forest Facebook page? 'Cause I think you may have shared one or two of my posts. What's Lisa talking about? Vintage rides and decorations. Is that Santaland? That's another place I want to go to down. I think it's in Cherokee, North Carolina. Santaland Amusement Park. Okay, John says tonight feels like it's real Halloween. Definitely does. Did JP take you to Santa? Oh yeah, so yeah, you're talking about Sandland. I haven't been there. I didn't have time to go there when I was down there on my trip, but I do want to get back there. I actually saw YouTube channel not Smokey, Yankee in the South. They were just there a few days ago, and it's a cute, cool little amusement park. Some vintage rides, kind of small, quaint, but it looks definitely like it's worthy of a visit. Do I have a snowmobile? I do not. I've had motorcycles since I was 7. I've had ATVs, 4-wheelers. Currently have a Kawasaki Vulcan motorcycle. I'm looking to get a dual sport motorcycle in the springtime to do the off-road trails. I originally wanted to get a side-by-side, but I realized with a side-by-side, I'd most likely have to get a trailer, find a place to park when I do go somewhere, and they're also harder to get down narrow paths. So I figured a dual sport motorcycle would be more practical to go on some off-beaten paths. Obviously, I'd have my action camera mounted so you guys would be able to ride along with me, but we'd be able to go to like the abandoned reservoirs and other places without having to walk a couple miles. We could get there in a matter of minutes. Getting really outdated and run down looking last time. Yeah, it looks outdated, but still pretty neat though. John, you're the administrator of it. Okay, that makes sense. That's why I saw you sharing some of this stuff. South of the border, maybe sometime. Is it weird how I found your channel from doing homework because I want to know more and like the abandoned places? That's not weird. A lot of people find me through abandoned places. I used to watch Dan Bill. Not so much anymore. Once in a while I'll watch his Another Dirty Room. I don't think he's put one out in a while, but I originally found him for his abandoned explorations. He did a really good job with those. LS6, what's up? Christopher, what did I do today? Today was kind of just a stay around the house day. Did have to run to Walmart. We typically do Walmart through the online app, online ordering. We place our order online, pick it up in person the next day or so later. And almost without see, this is where I go with the squirrel moment. I can't think of what to say. Almost without a doubt, they always mess up the order. Either items get forgotten or they give you the wrong item or something else. So even though we place our order online and get majority of the stuff, we're still forced to go to either that same Walmart or a different one to get the items they didn't give us in the order. So that's what happened today. We picked up our order from one store. They forgot or didn't have a bunch of stuff. We had to go to a different store to get it in person. So we did that. I finished up editing on a video that I had in my folder, so editing's all done as of right now. I have nothing new to edit, but I do have 7 videos to release. And I did some editing of some photos for RJ for a video he's going to be releasing, and just kind of thinking of things to film coming up. After tonight, though, I am taking a brief hiatus. I'm going to take a few days off just to kind of rest, recuperate, recover, get time to myself, not worry about YouTube, editing, stuff like that. But it won't be a long break. It's just going to be a few days, and then we'll be back with some new content to release to you guys. Mark, you follow Rocky Glenn. Never knew you were Jason. Yep, that is me. Two in editing takes forever. Yes, it is a time-consuming process, but I absolutely love it. I love being able to go to location, film it, use my ideas at the location as to how I want to do, make myself disappear, transitions, like a snap to the finger to make myself appear, or a jump cut. So be able to do that, bring it home onto the computer, and make it into something you guys are going to watch that's entertaining. I think it's pretty awesome. Strangest place you've gone to in a video, or gone to video? It's a good question. I don't know. I'd have to think about that. The only place I've ever went to that really made me not want to be there was the abandoned funeral home. I don't think I've ever aired that yet on a Sunday Night Live. Maybe we'll do that soon. But I did do an abandoned funeral home with Mike from Good Day for Decay. And that place gave me the creeps. I felt like I was being watched, like I wasn't wanted or welcome there. And that place was actually demolished a few months afterwards. But that was one of the weirdest feeling places I've been to. But I've been to abandoned resorts. I've been to homes, businesses, places in the woods. Aside from falling through the floor before, which was scary, I wouldn't ever really think of anything that's really too far out there that I've been to. Yeah, time went back, right? Time jumped back an hour. So it gets dark around 4:30 now. And we're past our 10:45 mark. So gotten carried away here. What software to use for editing? Well, there's boatloads of software to use. It depends on your editing skill level and also your budget. There's free software out there. That's how I started. I started off with Windows Movie Maker. Very simple, cut and dry. Just allow you to cut it up, add some music if you want to, stuff like that. And now I use Filmora with the lifetime membership. I've been using it for the last several years. And I don't see myself ever using anything else. I'm not trying to make, movie documentaries. I'm not trying to make professional, cinematic movies. I just like doing things the way I do them. And we'll probably continue it this way for a long time to come. Bet your Walmart's better than ours. Nothing on the shelves. It depends on when you go. It could be loaded. It could be completely empty. Unity House. Yeah, that's where I fell through the floor there. All right. Mods, do you know if I missed anything important that needs to be mentioned or talked about? I'm half German, half Polish. I've not taken Ancestry DNA. Just what I learned from my relatives and grandparents when I was younger. I'm using Filmora now. Thanks, Jay. Yeah. Filmora is good. It's, best of both worlds. It's simple to use, but has some nice features. Yeah, I haven't been by there in a couple of years, so I don't even know the condition of it now. Obviously, it's going to be worse than when I saw it. Who would you rather go to an abandoned cave or an abandoned pediatric center? Probably a pediatric center, as long as there's stuff to see there. Think I'm good to go? Okay. All right, guys, I am going to finally cut myself off, finally stop rambling, finally end tonight's episode, number 40 of Sunday Night Live. It's been a great night. Great mail call. Glad to hear that, for the most part, Halloween was to be as expected. and hope you guys enjoyed the going back in time segment of the attic. I'll keep you guys updated if myself and Robin can get back to that house. But just glad to see everyone here tonight. Fantastic viewer count, over 200 most of the night, so glad to see we have some new faces and everyone who's been returning. We'll be back tomorrow night. We'll be back next week. There goes my fumbling. Next week, Sunday Night Live, no mail call, but we'll still have a great time hanging out. Great way to wrap up the weekend, start your new week. And between now and then, I probably won't see you till maybe Wednesday. That will probably be my next video. So until then, guys, stay safe. Have a great start to November. And like I always say, I'll see you in the next video. Take care.